for your great dedication and for your hard work. And I want to say also thank you to my partner, Jim Lorimer, who's sitting here in the front row, for having been my partner now since 1976. So think about that, since 1976, on a handshake. It's the good old-fashioned way, on a handshake. And he has been the most extraordinary partner that anyone can ever dream of. So thank you very much, Jim. Let's give him a big hand. He's sitting right here in front. I also want to thank his wife, Jean, and his son, Bob Lorimer, who has taken over a lot of the activities. He has been also an extraordinary man to work with. So thank you very much also to Bob Lorimer. Now, tonight's show, the Arnold Classic 2020, we have unanimously agreed to dedicate this show to Franco Columbu. I never thought that I would stand up here and ever have to say how terrible I feel that Franco passed away last year on August 30th. It is a loss that is so devastating to me you cannot even imagine, because this was a friend of mine for 55 years. For 55 years. And for 53 years out of this 55 years, we trained together. We were training partners. And we were only separated for 9 months when I moved to America in 1968. These first 9 months, I trained without Franco Columbu, and I tell you, it didn't feel the right way. It didn't feel right. Even though I had great training partners, I had Dave Draper and I had Sergio Liver, Frank Zane, Ken Waller, and Danny Padilla, and all of those guys. But they were not Franco Columbu. Then Franco finally moved over here, convinced Joe Weider to bring him to America. And Franco came over here and we then trained together. And man, what a great training partner he always was. He was not one of those guys that would just train with you and he would look away while you're doing your reps. He was right there and he was counting out the reps. And then he was competitive. I'm going to put on 10 more pounds. Let's see if you can do it. And this is how we trained, from one machine to the next, to the next, to the next, for 5 hours every day. And then we practiced posing together. And I just was so amazed of what a great champion Franco became. I was so proud of him because he was not only 3-time Mr. Universe, but then he won the Mr. Olympia competition, which was his big dream. And he beat all the big guys. And by winning the Mr. Olympia and winning Mr. Universe and winning Mr. World and Mr. International and all those competitions, he has proven that a short man, a smaller man, can also win those big championships. Because he was so perfect, his body was so extraordinary, and on top of that, besides his huge muscles and his muscularity and his definition and all this, he was so strong. He was literally one of the strongest people that I've ever met. I mean, think about that, with a body weight of 180 pounds to do 3 reps of deadlift with 710 pounds. He did 740 pounds one time on the stage. 740 pounds of deadlift with a body weight of just 180. And bench press, 530. Squat at any time with 600. I mean, the guy was an animal. And he was such a dear friend. I mean, we did so many things together. We did movies together. We traveled around the world together. So to have this man gone is just such an unbelievable loss. He was such an unbelievable inspiration to so many millions of bodybuilders around the world. He was such a great contribution to our bodybuilding sport. And he was always into helping people. He became a doctor in chiropractic just to help people. From morning to night, every day he was in his office. And always at night, when he was tired and he came home, he would smile He was happy that he could help so many patients throughout the day. He was selfless. He was unbelievable, unlike anything else. So we miss him dearly. And this is why I just want to announce today, we will have for the first time the most muscular trophy be the Franco Columbu Trophy. Right after he passed away, I got in touch with one of the leading artists in Italy and had his body sculpted to make a beautiful trophy this high. You will see it today. And the trophy and the sculpture came out fantastic. I mean, exactly like Franco, with his huge lats. It's a double bicep pose, with his huge lats and his small waist, his huge thighs, the back, and everything is there. And so I'm so happy that this statue was built and designed and sculpted by this artist so quickly. Normally something like that takes a long time. But I was just so driven by that idea that Franco has to be alive for us all the time. And with this trophy, he will stay alive with us. Because I know he will always be in our minds, and he will always be in our hearts. But this trophy, when you see it tonight, you will see what I'm talking about. So it will be the most muscular, the Franco Columbu most muscular trophy. There will be an extra category we will have now every year at the Arnold Classic. So we are very happy about that. I just also want to say that